So Melay, that's what I really wanted to ask. That people kasi now, when di ba we heard Isko Moreno launch his presidential bid, tas yung mga tanong ng mga tao, yung debate is opposition ba siya? Admin ba siya? Duterte light ba siya? Duterte 2.0? What can you say about this debate?
Okay, I think it's a debate naman worth having, right? Because obviously, the Isko Moreno camp is courting everyone, right? So yung pag-distantiate niya sa Duterte, that's definitely courting people, like us, I guess, or the Dilawan camp na parang sobrang anti-Duterte, diba? So that's, I think that's one. At the same time, yung meron din kasi siyang banat about parang yung pagiging masa niya, yung pagiging, di ba? That's also against the oligarchy or the elite that, the DDS camp naman has always been promoting. So, makikita mo, nagsastrada siya dun sa debate. What do I think of it? Una, I don't believe the conspiracy theories na pakawala lang siya ni Duterte at pakawala lang siya ng mga Marcos. Parang gano'n na parang pang-divide lang ng boto. Of course, that is still possible. I mean, anything is possible naman in Philippine elections. But, I think all politicians are rational beings. They will not throw everything just for some other politician. They will not throw their reputation, their political future, especially Isko, who is very young. I don't think he will throw away everything. Diba? Kasi pag nalaman yon, at I mean, ibig sabihin kung may basis yon, kung totoo yon, kung lumabas yun na ganun talaga, sisira siya. Diba? And I don't know, I don't really think it's parang that black and white na parang pakawala lang siya ng I think he really wants to position himself as a contender, as an alternative. Yun. Ano pa nga yung mga tanong mo, Pia?
Ito naman sinasabi ng mga tao, di ba? He wants to strike a balance. That's a positive parang angle of what he's trying to do. The negative angle, people's connotations are fence-sitter siya. Parang if you have no stand, if you don't take any side, you don't have a stand. So people are, what does this mean about Isko as a candidate? Do you think that it's just a strategy, or do you think it's something people should genuinely wonder about and take note of when they decide who to vote for?
Yeah, I think it's something lang to engage him on, no? In the sense na, makikita mo naman kung mag-fence sit siya forever. I mean, the campaign, ilang months din ang campaign, diba? And people will be engaging him, diba? From all sides, diba? So he will have to make a position. Now, if that position will not be satisfactory, then he will be seen as a fence sitter, right? Halimbawa, parang para sa akin kasi ang kampanya, hindi naman yan, of course meron yan silang messaging, may plataforma, etc. Pero yun naman ang ini-engage natin, 'di ba? In very advanced democracies, in very stable democracies, you can go up to another team and say, I don't think I'm going to vote for you because of this, right? Unless you do this, for example. So there's a point of discussion. So I think si Isko has still, I think it's too early naman to insist na he say everything now. Diba? Parang hintayin niyo naman na mag-develop din siya ng ideas niya kung halimbawa mananalo siya, paano niya papatakbuhin ang Pilipinas. I think that's Pero yung fence sitting kasi, ang lumalabas at least itong last week since he declared his candidacy, para siyang very clear siya on yung anti-elite. Yung masa talaga siya. Very clear yun . Pero yung anti-authoritarianism niya, hindi clear. Parang kumaga, kung may weight, hindi siya parehong weight. Diba? parang ito, sure siya na aayusin niya lahat para sa masa, which is basically the DDS debate, di ba? Pero hindi siya sure na i-free ba niya si Leila de Lima, di ba? I mean, tama naman yung pinagsasabi niya that there are legal processes, etc. But, elections is political. So you have to make a political statement. Diba? That, I think, is what is missing with Isko's statement about Leila. You cannot relegate it to the legal. It's political. Tell us what you think of the politics behind the incarceration of Leila de Lima. Kung injustice ba yung nagawa sa kanya o hindi. No? Diba? So to me, that's most important kasi, diba? Kahit naman hindi mo siya papalayain, ilalaban namin na lumaya siya. Pag ikaw ang presidente, asahan mo, we will bang on your doors, right? Those of us who believe that Leila de Lima should not be in jail for another 6 years or another day. So, yun yung tingin ko although I don't see him naman as sarado. Yun lang, I don't see him as sarado. So, we'll really have to engage him on a lot of things. Yeah.
Doon naman sa parang other side of the picture, would you also see Isko as in some aspects an anti-Duterte?
Yeah, he has, well, at least dun sa speech niya, di ba? And yung previous niyang mga pronouncements, at least nitong few months, di ba? Actually, siya ang nakaka-engage kay Duterte in a way, in that kind of manner, di ba, na parang, bakit yung paghuhubad yung kine-question mo? Bakit yung buhok ni ganito? Bakit yung namataba si ganito? Ba't mo yan, di ba? Ano yan that's in a way speaking his language, no? And also yung qualification niya na siya, laki sa hirap, pero hindi siya bastos, di ba? Siyempre, sino pa naman ang ina-allude niya doon, di ba? Siyempre, si Duterte lang naman ang bastos talaga. So, sino pang sinasabi niyang gano'n, di ba? So, meron siya he's distinguishing himself. Okay? At sa akin kasi, if he did not distinguish himself, kung hindi talaga siya, sana sumama na lang siya kay Duterte o kay Sara. Di ba? Parang, bakit pa may iba? Di ba? So, I think, that's worth, I'm not closing my mind to anything, diba? So, but you also have to look at what's objectively there. And what's there is that he is not joining the camp of the Dutertes or the Marcoses unless the alliances will unfold and we will see that. Pag nakita natin kasama siya talaga doon, kailangan tanggapin din ng mga tao na, hindi yan oposisyon kung makikita natin. Pero so far, yung pronouncements niya, hindi ganun kalakas na yung tipong, ipapakulong ko yan. Diba? Pero may messages siya na parang, hindi ako gagawa ng ganun. Diba? Yung sa Maynila, hindi kami, although, I don't know, maybe that's what also we all need to verify. Wala ba talagang tukhang sa Manila? Hindi ba talaga siya? Kasi ang sinasabi ni Isko, pag merong drug addict na nakuha sila, tama ba to, Pia? Parang pag may nakuha silang drug addict, dinadala niya sa korte. Parang yun yung, I think, narinig ko. Oo, na parang, in other words, message yun about due process that Duterte does not at all, So, sa akin nga, I'm coming out now with that article in the Political Middle. I mean, even Isko can still go there. Ang sinasabi ko lang, to be really there, you cannot be superficial. You have to really believe it. There's something wrong with what Duterte is saying. Otherwise, lahat na lang, maghihirapan ka mag-explain na parang, okay yan, pero hindi. Di ba? Ano siya, it's not even good for him also. Di ba? Na parang, because if you're not authentic, I guess, you'll have a hard time really positioning yourself. So, yeah.
Meron ding thinking na because Duterte's popularity or satisfaction ratings are still pretty high, na talagang we will be seeing this fence sitting, not just in Isko, but in other candidates in the 2022 elections. So how do you think voters should appreciate this reality?
I think voters should appreciate lang elections as a competition, right? It's a competition. So people will be, and it's also courtship, right? That has always been said, panliligaw ang eleksyon. So people are going to put their best foot forward, right? So ako ang assertion ko lang, tama na yung pagka-loyalist. We cannot be loyalist to Marcos, to Duterte, to Isko, to Lenny, to anyone. We're citizens. We're not subjects of any. Tapos na ang panahon ng feudalismo at yung ganong, di ba? We're just citizens. We're supposed to be a democracy and we're supposed to position ourselves as citizens, not loyalists to anyone. So in other words, ako ang ipinaglalaban ko talaga yung anti-polarization na diskurso. Diba? Kaya open ako kay Isko eh. Open ako. Of course, nagsabi na ako, alam naman ng mga tao na ang preference ko ay si Lenny. I think she's already the political middle, but I would always say also na hindi naman ako Lenny or nothing. Yung tipong, I want someone to win against Duterte na and the Marcoses, diba? That would really solve problems because I think ang problema sa polarization is it discouraged people to really look for solutions to problems. Nawala yung problema eh. Naging problema mga dilawan or si Duterte. Wala yung problema on paano natin i-flatten yung COVID curve, paano ba natin mas marami yung mababakuna, paano natin marirecover yung ating ekonomiya, habang nire-recover ang ekonomiya, paano natin papakainin ang mga sarili natin, ang mga taong nawalan ng trabaho, di ba?
Last question, Melay. Kasi yung issue ng fence sitting, kinoconnect din ng iba yan sa satisfaction ratings ni Duterte na any candidate who wants to win in 2022 can't alienate naman rin Duterte voters, lalo na because in 2019, diba, natalo yung opposition because supposedly they didn't provide an alternative. They just kept negative, yung parang criticizing the Duterte government. So parang the strategy won't work if you do it again. So do you think yung ganung parang medyo pa safe muna yung answers ni Isko, is that a legitimate political strategy that voters should understand, or is it something na they can say, hindi, no fence sitting at all. I don't want anyone who's fence sitter.
The thing kasi with campaigning is your target is a moving target. Diba? Ibig sabihin, magbabago pa yan yung mga strategiya, taktika mo. Diba? Hindi ka pwedeng, diba kasi when you present something, you get feedback. And it's the feedback that will parang tawag nito, that should shape your strategies. Diba? So parang pag naramdaman mo na, itong messaging na to hindi talaga umuubre, babaguhin mo kung talagang strategist ka. Walang strategist na parang set in stone lahat, di ba? So, I think magbabago pa yon. Kaya nga, ang challenge din ay nasa atin, paano tayo mag-engage para i-inform din yung mga kampanya nila, di ba? Parang halimbawa ako, hindi ko gusto masyado yung dapat Lenny kasi parang again na parang nasa stop yung conversation, yung parang siyang imposition dapat. Di ba? Kaya tingnan mo si Isko, very mas powerful yung tayo si Isko kasi parang pag-iisipan mo, o nga no, parang pareho tayo, di ba? Yung dapat parang iba siya, parang ganon. So, yung mga ganong strategies, dapat, pinukuhanan mo kasing feedback ang mga tao. Hindi mo, you never assume that your strategy is correct because it is only correct if it generates support. If it doesn't generate support, let it go.